Hello and welcome to Midweek Gaming number 36. We're back once again. If you want to,
my bad.
No, you're fine. If you want a cool gamer picture or background making or logo or anything gaming related, please see the graphic god at xboxgamerpics.com and the graphic god will sort you out. This week we have a guest on. We have Back from the Dead. How are you doing?
I'm doing really good. Thanks for the invite.
No, it's really good to have you on. It's we booked it a few weeks ago, didn't we? and then you reminded me.
Yeah, my schedule's just kind of crazy how my job works.
It's fair enough, and I put it in the calendar. I did.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, you've been playing. You've been doing much gaming. You've been busy. What you been up to?
Always playing Destiny. A lot of Destiny 2. Usually at least get on there once a week and play with some of the guys in my clan and do some raids and do the weekly story mission. I played a handful of the Steam Next Fest demos. Those are pretty fun. And then last night I tried out a little bit of Dark Alliance. I'm not sure the controls felt kind of slow to me. Like just the animations, I don't know if that's something that'll get better as you level up your character. So, and then also trying out the new Pirates of the Caribbean Sea of Thieves update. That was a lot of fun. That's a lot of fun.
Nice. I've not tried that. I've not tried the previous game. What you were talking about, because Cerebral Paul was telling me about it, and I have no idea about them kind of games. I don't. I was a bit lost when he was talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
I was, but yes, it's good to have you on. Welcome back, Cerebral Paul. How are you doing?
Hey, I am living from day to day. Yep. And 2 weeks from now, I'll be in my new digs in Florida. I'm moving from one side of hurricane country to the other, so
Is this a better side of hurricane country then?
It should be, hopefully, yeah.
That's good to hear then. That is. What you been playing? Have you tried the Sea of Thieves update yet?
I don't do Sea of Thieves. I mean, no. I would, but I would have to go in with a crew. But and from what I've seen online, exactly what's happening, what I warned people would happen. All the griefers are doing what griefers do. They know where you need to go to do the certain things for the new quest. So they sit there and they basically camp it out and just grief people, blow up their ships, and steal their stuff. I don't have the patience for that.
Luckily, I haven't had too many problems with that.
Yep.
Oh, well. That's good. Well, apparently there's a bit of a Sea of Thieves where you don't need a crew. There's a single player bit. Whether that's right or not, I don't know.
Well, you can't. And with the sloop, you can do single player, but it's hard to move to sail to control the ship and fight at the same time. Though I know people that can do it and can do it well.
No, you got to do it. You got to control the ship. That's a bit different. As I thought there was a bit you could do without using the ship.
Nope.
Obviously not.
Yeah,
well, you can do stuff on the island, or like my friend does. He knows how to basically hide out on their ships and stuff and steal their stuff or blow up their ship before they can do anything about it. So.
Yeah, the new Pirates of the Caribbean stuff, some of it you can much easier do on your own, because the first mission, they lock out every other player in the world. And then the third mission, there's part where people can't get to where you're at.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Oh, that's a bit different than that is.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough, that is. Animated Evil, how you doing?
Hello, everyone. Hello, guys. Great to see you back from the dead with us again. How are you doing, sir?
Doing good.
Yeah, good. Thanks for having me on again, Stubbs. I'm a bit envious. I've not managed to play Sea of Thieves yet.
Haven't you?
Not the new stuff. First. I was planning on playing it yesterday, but ended up one of those days where you just think, I don't want a game today. They do come rarely. But it was just one of those days.
And there's a day like that? I haven't had one.
There is sometimes, yes. Sometimes one of those days happens.
I thought you were going to blame the kid. I thought you were going to blame the kid. The kid's like a month old. He should have a job. I mean, come on.
That's not me. that's removable sanity who's got a young one.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah, with me, it's not that. I just fall asleep. That's what. but I'm honest. I even do it on CFAs, don't I? Animated.
You have.
It's hard to not be honest when you're snoring in the microphone. It's hard to not be honest.
Yes, I have witnessed Stubbs snoring in my ear down a microphone. Yes, it was interesting.
It was. Yeah. I'm more careful now to mute my mic a lot when I'm tired. I am. Apparently, Misuki's saying you look so comfortable sat there on your sofa.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. I don't think I've played gaming at a desk since maybe 98 or 2000. So yeah.
Is that a sofa or is that theater chairs? It looks like theater chairs.
It's a love seat.
Oh.
Yeah.
So what?
We call them love seats. We call them love seats. They're like short sofas, like room for two.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's 3 seats on it.
Oh, it's not a term I've heard of before.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I think it came out of the 60s.
Oh,
the term.
Fair enough. Welcome, Pixel Slapper. I don't know how you know Cerebral Paul needs a haircut from there because he's wearing his hat.
Yeah, I'm
Can't
always
tell.
wearing my hat. Yeah.
Snuggle seat, I think we call them. Snuggle seat, I call one of them seats where
there you go.
It's for one person, but you could get 2 people and it spins. But
could use a little bit of a haircut.
I haven't got any hair, so when I cut my hair off, it's in like a handful of hair. But welcome, Masuku. Thanks for stopping in, and the lighty lad. Thanks for stopping in, and as always, and the Judzilla. And Judzilla, welcome. Cheers for stopping in, mate. And Matt Barnes, welcome. Let's go up the list. Let's have a look. Who else? Shizno Elite, welcome. And Green Pass Gaming, I think that's most likely Flap. Cheers for stopping in. Let's go up the list. And also Pyro M at D, welcome. Thanks for stopping in, mate. And Back from the Dead, because that's where he first commented. And none of the rest of the crew have commented in chat yet, so they don't get a second shout out yet.
I'm biding my time.
Yes. And I think Matt Barnes asked where Mr. Tucci was. I think he's got an early start, so he can't really be on because he needs some sleep before he goes and drives his lorry. He does. You can't be too tired in one of them, can you? I told him a few times. I just don't want you crashing him and being my fault. You know, if you can't make it, you can't make it. So I tell all the panel. Like VJ's not here this week. He'll probably be right next week. He will. So, as there, and you guys have they talk about games that are photorealistic, but have you ever had a game where you have to question whether, or say there's a screenshot taken of a game, and the game looks that beautiful, say like Mr. Tucci, who's very good in photo mode at Horizon. I have seen photos he's done, and I've actually said to him, that ain't a game. That's a real car. And I would say Forza is one of them examples. I mean, there could be many more examples, but I think it blurs the lines in gaming. More so, the fact I've just recently seen the comparison video between Forza Horizon 4 and Forza Horizon 5. And I'm going to say this now. Forza Horizon 4 looks rubbish. Now, hear me out. It doesn't look rubbish, but compared to Forza Horizon 5, it does look rubbish.
But even back when Forza Horizon 4 came on stuff, if you look back at when it was first, unveiled, it looked very photorealistic even back then. The way the water beat it up on the cars and stuff like that.
It's amazing. It really is. I don't know how anyone's ever going to beat that game in graphics and quality, etc. It's one of them games that blurs the lines, I think.
Well,
especially if you're really good at taking them photos in photo mode.
Yep. Flight Simulator's getting there too. The plane models are already there. It's
Are
just the landscaping models. Some of them do look very photorealistic because they're based on actual photos. So some of the updates they've been doing, like fly around Tokyo for a while, and your jaw will drop. Yeah.
Yeah, I need to check that out. I do. So has anyone got any games that they think blurs the lines between looking real? Anyone else got any thoughts on that? Or you're all going to say Forza?
Forza and Flight Sim. In fact, I have Flight Sim going on my other screen right now, and just the way the sun casts a shadow over the plane, and you can see when it's moving, and it looks very real. You know.
That's good. I will have to. I've pre-installed it. I don't know if it's a pre-installed file. It's probably just a placeholder on my Xbox. It probably.
Right.
But that's one game I want to check it out. Definitely.
And I'm playing on my PC right now, so yeah.
Yeah, but I see that would be even better than a lot of PCs are better than the Series X. They are.
Well, I don't know. It depends on the file tuning they've done for the Series X. The PC
they have to
version
use a lot of cloud. They have to use a lot of cloud tech for that, haven't they?
I'm not sure how they're making that work, because especially for the Top Gun thing where you're going so fast, I don't know that the cloud's going to be able to keep up. You know?
Well, yeah, if it's based off my internet, I don't have much hope for mine. 36 megabytes a second, down about 10 up, if that.
Run, you little muskrat, run faster! Yeah.
Can you not get something new soon though? Is there not something faster coming into your area?
No, there's nothing. It's literally, we had the fibre upgrade. You remember when the government said they were ploughing millions into fibre upgrades, and BT won the contract? Well, BT didn't really fibre the country up correctly. It was a bodge job. Most people have fibre. It's going through a copper line. So the maximum... See, where I used to live, I could get 70 down, and that was still going through a copper line. It goes into a fibre. When it goes to the box, it goes into a fibre cable in the green box. But because I'm too far,
and a lot of it depends on how far you are from that green box.
I'm too far.
Copper to house, yeah. So it's fibre to the green box and copper after that.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm too far from the exchange. So the bloke said to me, "Doesn't matter what your neighbours tell you." The OpenReach engineer, where you are here, you can't get any more than 36 megabytes a second. If your neighbour tells you he's getting 50, he's lying. He says no one. He says it wasn't upgraded down here. He said so. No, but there could be this technology. There's like that thing. What's the guy who owns Tesla? Tesla.
Elon Musk.
He's involved with some company that does this satellite internet, and that might be available eventually. But I don't think I could convince my missus to pay £80 a month or something like that for the internet somehow. But no, there is no other way of getting faster broadband. I got the perfect house now. I used to live in a flat, which wasn't the ideal situation, but I had better internet. But so now I've got the better house and the garden and that, but I've not got the better internet.
So you don't have the option of going with a like for me to get a faster ISP here, I had to go through my cable company, my internet,
It's all the same, no matter who you ring.
Even for me, the highest I can get is 35.
Oh yeah, ouch.
Yeah.
I mean,
you can get 1 gig down, but it's only 35 up.
Yeah, it's
up really doesn't affect people as much as people might think. You know, we really don't send a lot of information up to the system. That only affects people.
That's more for when you're streaming.
Right. That's why most multiplayer you can live with 5 up, because your system's not really sending a lot of information.
Yeah.
It's the down that affects most people.
See, in Britain, what happened was, if you live in a new area, BT's rolling out end-to-end fibre, meaning that they dig all the roads up and you're actually getting end-to-end fibre, all the new housing estates are. So you live in a new area of a new town or whatever, certain areas are getting end-to-end fibre that BT can offer 500 down to 1 terabyte down for about £50.
Mm-hmm.
It says it's coming out cheaper than Virgin Media is.
Yep, I'm gonna be in a really nice situation once I get moved, so then I'll be able to stream better, and it won't improve my level of play, but it'll look better. But
Oh yeah, I don't think they're gonna. I don't. See, we were one of the first to get the rollout, so we've had the rollout. You see, so rather than us having, I presume where I lived, we have. It's a case of sometimes people that were getting 2 megabytes a second pay for fibre, and now they're getting 36, which is better than having 2. So that's probably what this house had before the fibre rollouts, so-called fibre. But that's how BT got the big contract. Most people ain't actually getting what is classified as fibre super fast, because you wouldn't define 36 megabyte a second as super fast. But I don't moan about it, because if you drop back onto the lower packages, I could be on 2 megabytes a second. So that's the situation I'm in. But that's all I can do.
36 is the download speed?
36 down.
Yeah.
Wow, that's awful.
There's not really much I can do about it. But this podcast seems to work. So yeah. But Starlink. I looked that up, and that's not in my area yet, but will be eventually. But that's like 80 quid a month, and now I'm not paying that. But hopefully someday BT will upgrade my area again. I don't know if they ever will, but hopefully.
Yeah, Pixel. I find Virgin's quite useful too, except it's hard to train them right sometimes. Oh,
Virgin Media don't. Allegedly, I'll say allegedly on this. Allegedly, they don't get on with BT, Sky, etc. They have to use, like, everyone's allowed to use the rolled out BT fibre network, but Virgin Media, I'm just saying it's allegedly, because I could be wrong. Allegedly, Virgin Media is not allowed to use BT's network, and BT are not allowed to use Virgin's network to provide internet.
See, the area I live in,
allegedly.
I've got a choice of one and one only, because they have the monopoly in the area. We've got our own telecoms company in the city, and the way they get round having a monopoly is that we can go to any customer we want, any supplier we want, but that supplier would have to pay the internet company in this city for the use of cables. So you go to Sky and say, "Can we have broadband? Where do you live?" We tell them, they go, "No, sorry." Because they would have to pay a rental fee for the infrastructure. So I do pay for them through the nose of it. I get their top package, and it is around 80 quid a month, but it's completely unlimited, and I get just about a gigabyte.
Oh, fair enough.
960 down and something like 55 up.
That's not bad, really, for 100 quid a month.
It's fine. It gets me by.
Yep.
To be fair though, he probably gets what he pays for, because I've heard in America, in some areas, to get what you pay for, you have to pay an additional fee to get what you pay for. I've been told by Centurion, he told me that he pays $10 or $20 more to receive the speed he actually pays for. That must be criminal.
I actually get higher than the speed that I pay for, but I have to pay an extra $50 a month to have a no data cap, because the data cap was killing me. With all the streaming I do and stuff. Oh.
Wow, I'm lucky I never have to deal with that.
Wow, they don't really exist here. Data caps. You can get data caps, but in Britain they don't really exist. They do on your 4 and 5G, obviously, but on home internet, unless you're really skimming that, you don't want to pay a lot a month, like 5 or 10 quid a month. It's generally they're generally all unlimited. They are. Is that correct? Animated generally.
It depends on the tariff. I mean, if you're not going to use a lot of,
there is very low packages.
Exactly.
There's not many of them anymore. I think Sky only offer one that's capped. I think the rest of them are all unlimited. Yeah. Welcome, Indie Gamer. Thanks for stopping in. So, I don't know how.
If it's like this country, they almost have to offer a low income package type of thing. It's the just barely get by package. It's.
Well, my internet's about 25 quid a month all in, so that I wouldn't call that expensive. But I'm not getting the fast speeds you guys are getting. I'm not.
25 quid, 25, 30 bucks a month here wouldn't get you jack shit.
I know it wouldn't. I know it wouldn't.
No, I pay probably twice that much for mine.
Yeah, my base is about twice that much, and for me, here, it's about it's what I'm paying for is 70 down. I actually get more than that, but it's because of where I am in relative location to the little green box, which so.
Fair
sometimes it's nice to have that little green box in your yard.
That's a good question. Are there green boxes in America as well?
Well, it depends on the cable company. Yeah, but yeah, they do. Yeah, because of the way it works. That every neighborhood has at least one that goes to the different houses. That's where it breaks off at for the area.
Oh, okay.
There's the big ones for the greater area, and then it breaks off into smaller ones. So yeah, that's just generally how they control. How they know what node you're on and how IPs work and stuff like that. It's all part of that.
Fair enough. So, have you got any thoughts back from the dead on what game would you say blurs the lines, or you're going to go with Forza on how realistic graphics are?
Yeah, I mean, Forza's always done a great job at that. Forza Motorsport 7. The cars look fantastic in there. Forza 5 looks amazing what they're doing with that, and I'm looking forward to see more on Hellblade and Project Mara, what Ninja Theory is doing, because they were doing very similar techniques where they would essentially take photos and scans of the environment or rooms or objects, and when they would port them straight into the game that way. So that's what came to mind for me when I was watching that Forza Horizon 5 stream, that they were talking how they were doing it.
Yeah, no, it's you are right. Project Mara will look really good, I reckon. But Forza, they definitely lead the way, I'd say. And it's when you look at it, you think that looks like a real car. It does trick me sometimes. It does. I would like Cerebral was saying, I definitely want to see if I can get this Microsoft Flight Sim working on my Xbox. Obviously, see if the internet's good enough, and hopefully that will be great too.
Mm-hmm.
So I just saw on my Twitter a little bit of breaking computer news for those of us older geeks. John McAfee has been found dead in his prison cell. So
has he?
Yeah.
Damn. Someone's done that though, maybe allegedly, maybe. You never know.
After all these years, yeah, I'm not
all the
surprised.
Conspiracies, and he was being chased, and
yeah, here we go.
Yeah, you know, no one knows, but it will probably go down as some nutcase has probably done it, but you'll probably never find out.
But it's going to be the talk of the town now, so
it will be. He was the one that founded McAfee Security, yeah?
As long as he didn't die from a virus, we'll be fine, won't we?
Yeah. Yeah, you are right there. You are.
He had a note next to him that said, "Give my love to John Epstein," or "Get to Epstein," but whatever, it's going to be what it is.
Apparently it was Shisno. That's what he said.
Boy,
so you got any thoughts on? You got any thoughts on
really
that?
Quick to jump on the "It wasn't me," weren't you down there? Yeah, look at that.
Yeah. When it was said earlier, I tried to chime in and I was already on mute. Silly me. I do that quite a lot. Let me just show that while I'm. The thing is, we haven't seen what this next generation can do yet. Not yet. It's still in its infancy. Just once we're 18 months in of what these guys. I mean, look at that Unreal Engine 5 demo they did a couple of weeks ago. That looked absolutely. It was just rocks, but it looked absolutely phenomenal.
It did.
We're still in the infancy of this new tech. Still the consoles themselves are not all up to scratch working and stuff. There's the new graphics cards that have just come out that no one can get their hands on, and in 18 months you're going to be saying Forza Horizon looks a bit shit. Compared to some of them what they're going to come out. I mean, Project Mara, like Back from the Dead said, it looks absolutely beautiful. It's photographs of real life, and it's showing on the PC on display as real life. I mean, the ground that they showed on Hellblade 2, again, like Back from Dead said, it just looked absolutely phenomenal. The video they showed, I can't tell what's real and what's in game. On that video.
How they show those two hallways next to each other.
Yeah, even on Hellblade 2 as well, when that sort of wooden sort of structure come up, was that in game? Was it a photograph? I don't know. I'd love to think that was in game.
And you know, there like I touched on something. Forza's always been like the first time you see the water, the rain beating up on the car, you know, and you're like, wow. Mm-hmm. And the way it hits the ground and it splashes and stuff, and you're like, okay, that's just, you know. So it's amazing what they can get the engines to do nowadays, and so yeah, now it has to do a lot with, especially with the addition of ray tracing and making them even look more real. You know, making the light act the way it's actually supposed to. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Go ahead.
So, yeah, go on.
No, I fully agree with what you're saying. Because we think we've seen powerful graphics, but obviously they haven't even touched the surface of what the Series X can do, and even the PS5 didn't touch the surface of either consoles. Because to fully code for to fully get it takes them quite a few years to master these machines. And once they do, and that will be your wow factor moment, that will, when they really unlock the true power of it.
The problem is, because, not really a problem, but because it happens over time, a lot of times we don't notice that big switch because it happens in levels, you know, in gradients.
Yeah, you're not going to see a big shift like from 2D to 3D in the late 90s.
Right.
Agreed. It's we're past that yet. Yeah. Our eyes and feelings will adjust, and then it'll incrementally just get better and better and better.
Until you go back and you play like an OG Xbox game.
And you go cross-eyed, and your head starts to hurt. You're like, wow, okay, oh god.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. Well, it's like early on, before they were able to raise the level up on resolution. If you watch an old TV show on a HD TV, and it was painful because you could see it looked bad. It was hard to watch because they couldn't upscale. It's like, okay, yeah, not watching that anymore.
Completely agree.
Yep.
Welcome, Assassin Looper. It's good to see you in here. Hope you're doing okay, Lupa.
Yeah,
it's been a while.
Actually, I haven't seen Lupa around in a while.
So hopefully you're doing fine, Lupa. But yeah, no, it's a good. I'll tell you what. This week, some surprising news came. Do you remember that news when, you know, PlayStation pulled the Cyberpunk 2077 out of the store? The stock prices dropped about, what was it? Something like, was it with refunds and stuff, and it being pulled from the PlayStation store? Wasn't it like, I'm sure it was something like 1 billion off their valuation. It was something it was big, and it seems that PlayStation has changed their mind. They now want Cyberpunk back in the store, but they do say one thing. They do recommend in the description, it does say that they do not recommend buying the PlayStation 4 version, because obviously it's recommended that you play it on the PS4 Pro or a PS5, but they can't stop you buying it if they want you to. I don't know anyone who's since been back on to try the PS4 version, with all the patches and updates, I'd imagine it'd be a lot better. But I don't know. I've seen somebody joking on Twitter, and I don't know if it was right or not, saying that how they'd fixed the problem was by removing all the traffic and all the pedestrians out of the game. I don't know how that could be true, because it wouldn't. That's not how. See, that's not, the game really wouldn't be very good then, would it? If there was nobody about. But
it felt. It felt. I mean, I can't comment on Watch Dogs, but I'm just going to sort of take a little bit sideways there. I played Watch Dogs Legion on the 2013 Xbox. Loved the game. But my friend played it on the PC, and I've not seen it on the. I've not loaded it on the series yet. But I complained to him. I said, "Do you know what? I thought there'd be more people. It's really, really empty." And he said, "Actually, there's quite a lot."
Oh, okay.
And it compares between the PC version and the version I played. There was a lot less traffic and people and things like that in that version than he had. So it can. Because Watch Dogs Legion for me felt absolutely empty. I mean, on launch it got a little bit better, but again on launch on the older Xbox, I didn't take fall damage either. I could jump off a building and survive. It was fine until the first patches came out. I was really really exploiting that, shall we say? So I'd do one of the missions on a roof and just jump off, no fall damage. And it was 2 or 3 weeks before the patch come out, but when it did, I started getting fall damage, and I thought, I don't want to be losing any players. But there's a potential that Cyberpunk has gone down that route.
Yeah, because Judge Seal has just said they've reduced the density of the traffic and the people, so it basically is that. So, because
they did that difference was noticed early on, though, especially with the PlayStation version versus what we played. That the population density was much less.
They probably reduced it even more then, by the sounds of it. I mean, when I played it I haven't completed it yet, but when I played it on the Series X, it seemed good to me. I mean, there was a bug and I got around it, but there was a couple of things, the bugs, but it weren't like, obviously it wasn't like playing it on a 2013 Xbox One. It wasn't. But I do wonder when the next. I see. I'm in two minds. Do I go back and try and play it and complete it, or do I wait to see if when the next gen patch comes out? I don't know what to do, because it's going to take them a while to obviously get the next gen patch.
Personally, I'm going to wait, because the game isn't going anywhere, is it? It's not like it's a multiplayer game that'll lose lots and lots of people. I'm going to wait until it's my opinion that I think it'll just be better for me when the next gen console version comes out.
It probably will be. I may do that.
And there's some YouTubers that will cover like patch updates that I watch, and if you're still coming out with a patch update that's fixing 20 things wrong in the game and you still don't have the next gen patch for it, then I'm definitely not. I'm not trying it out yet. You're just gonna jump into a minefield at that point.
Yeah, there's a lot of. I do feel for the developers, because it wasn't really their fault the game was released. They told them it was not ready. I'll release it, it'll be fine, So they didn't really have any choice in it, but it was just the people at the top. But I hope in the end it does come right, that all versions will be fine, and there is some kind of redemption story for Cyberpunk. I don't, because although it was like a PR disaster, they still made money. I know they got $1 billion knocked off their evaluation, but they still made a hell of a lot of money out of the game. They did.
Yeah, I think that's just a lot of people giving them credit for Witcher 3 with how bad it came out at first, and then being able to fix it later and make it up to the community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stubbs is capping, apparently. clip. Do you think Capo are like I do? You know what I'm like. Oh, do you want me to say something else? I'll say something else controversial if you want. I can't think of it at the minute. I can't. But no, I think in the end, I think they will have a. I think it'd be one of them because Cyberpunk did say a while back they want to make it right with the fans. They want to be a game people. Well, they didn't say it, but I think they want to be. Like a game like GTA 5 that people have been buying for the past 3 generations, including the new game in November. Update and released it as a new game. I think they want to be a game where it keeps people just keep buying it like Witcher, and then just keep buying it. So I think they'll get to a point where they will do that. That will happen, but they've got a long way to go. I think they have. But,
yeah, probably. You're right. Yeah.
But who knows? We'll see what the future holds. We will. Has anyone tried out this Pyro MD said it earlier? Has anyone tried out this new design labs that's back where you can make your own control? Because everyone seems to be making their own controller or trying to design their own and taking a picture of it. Has anyone tried it out, or has anyone bought a new controller from Design Labs?
I tried playing around with it a little bit. I mean, I really wish they had it where like you could stick like either game logos or certain characters, first party characters onto the controller, but you're just changing the colors of like the face plate, the back plate, there's 4 variations of the A, B, X, and Y buttons, and then you can change the thumbsticks and the bumpers are together and the triggers are together. So you can do some variations, but to me, there's not enough going on there to want to. And you are only paying $70 versus $60 for the controller to change the colors for yourself. But I really appreciate like special editions or game themed controllers a lot more.
I have a older version.
Of a Design Labs controller.
The original when it first launched. That was bought for me off my kids as a present, so I've got that. They built me it and said, "Dad, happy birthday." So that's pretty cool. It's nice. It's a nice thing as a present for somebody, I think. But it seems everyone's gone mad for it, haven't they? It doesn't do any more than the old version did. It's just on the new controller.
Mm-hmm.
There may be a few more colours in there. Yeah.
I mean, obviously, it can't be fully customizable because obviously they have to think about legal. Like, if you could put your own designs on there, you could make a.
Oh yeah, no.
You could make anything. You could write anything on the controllers. You could make copyright. You could put copyrighted pictures on there. They don't want to be liable for certain stuff, do they? So they only let you go so far with the designs. It's not like, I don't think correct me if I'm wrong, if I put my Stubbs Gaming logo picture up, even though I got the copyright and that on it, well, with Graphic God, I don't think they'd allow me to put that on the controller. Am I wrong there, Back from the Dead? And I don't think that would be allowed, would it? I think it's mainly colours in it, and you can have some words on it. I think that's about it, isn't it? It's a cool idea if you want to do it. It really is. But it's not like it's truly customizable. Like you can say, Xbox Pope's just made with this cool graphic for my controller. I want it. You can't have anything like that, can you? It's not that far.
No, nothing that drastic. But I mean, my idea about like putting first-party characters on it, or
that should be allowed.
Game logos,
because exactly,
you're not paying. I can understand why you won't want to say, "Oh, I want to put like a movie logo or a movie character on there." Then you would have to pay a license out to somebody to use that, picture. If you're using your own first-party content, you're not paying someone else for a license.
Yeah, I can see what you're saying. So, like, well, basically, they own the Sea of Thieves logo, IP, the Gears Forza. So I can't see the problem with you wanting a Forza themed one or sticking them logos or pictures on there because they can't be sued, can they, for them? So
that's fine, but that would have to come from their stock photos. You wouldn't be able to upload what you wanted.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I know that. I know.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're still going to want to buy, like, people wouldn't choose that over if they wanted a special edition controller, because some of those are crazy how much they go into detail, like, even, like, laser etching. Like, I've got the Gears 401S, and it actually has laser etching where it's cut into the plastic, where it looks like claw marks.
Showing off. I want it. All these people, the Gears only Gears buddy thing I've got is the Gears of War 3 limited edition console. I haven't got the Xbox One X console, which is awesome. Or the other one that was red. There was a red one, weren't there, for Xbox One? There was. That might be the controller you're on about.
Gears 401S console, yeah, that's the one I've got. I've also got the red controller, the blue controller, and the Kate Diaz controller. But I didn't want to buy another Xbox One X to get that console.
It's not like showing off, is there?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, Indie Gamer agrees with you, Animated. Yes, they could offer first-party game logos like Animated said.
Choose an image from their stock photos, whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah, because obviously there'd be pre-agreed that you could use them. Could you mix and match? Could you stick 3 or 4 on there? Could you overlap them? There's a lot of options you could do. I mean, look at what people can do with Forza liveries with just a few shapes. So there could be a lot you could do.
Could be. The reason they might not do it is it might be when you're having to knock these controllers out. Not as simple when it comes to having logos printed on controllers. That might be why it's not an option. They just want the colours and the buttons different. It might be quite simple. It might be extra production costs to do that. That could be why.
Oh yeah,
they don't offer that.
Anything you're adding anything to like that to the design of the controllers, there's extra cost.
That's probably why they don't do it.
Yeah, but at the same time, if people are willing to pay $180 for an Elite Series controller, they'll pay 10, 20, even $50 more for a controller if it comes out exactly the way they want it to.
But there's more they need to do, because when you have random people throwing in random designs, there's a lot more that goes behind it. It's not just a matter of
Yeah,
it would have to be a little more limited, but if they had a little more to options like that, it'd be more in depth than just change the colors.
Well, and then Indy just brought up the other issue, licensing and copyright. Become an issue.
You're quiet, Paul.
Yeah, you're quite quiet in a minute, Paul. You are.
Don't make me yell at you.
Yeah, yell. It's fine. We don't mind. I'm used to it.
Yeah.
You sorted? No.
I'll see if
I suppose if the colours are come available in they're just stock parts, and the assembly line just puts these stock parts together, it's cheaper for making them, isn't it? If you're now wanting personalised designs, they have to do one controller at a time, not however many stock parts together. That would be astronomical price, I think.
Yeah, because I think I was talking to Xbox Pope once about this, and I said to him, I just said to him, why don't Design Labs? I shouldn't have said it though. Why don't Design Labs do console labs? Oh no, you can't do that. That's too difficult. He said. But what they could do is, Pope worked with a company, didn't he, where Mr. Tucci bought one. where they could make designs, and you could, like it's like a case that goes over your Series X. It goes round it.
Mm-hmm.
They could do them.
Yeah, it's
cool.
a vinyl skin. Yeah. For the
That's it, vinyl skin. Yeah. But I suppose anyone can make them, can't they? They can.
Mm-hmm.
They can.
Yes.
People.
Yeah, you would just have to have the dimensions of the console.
Yeah.
Have any of you lot been on your Xboxes today? Masuku wants to know. How has your download speed been today on Xbox? He's saying it looks slower than normal. I haven't noticed. I haven't been on the Xbox today. Have you been on?
Nope.
Anyone? Paul?
Not been on since Monday.
Yeah, I mean, I've been on today and last night. I haven't noticed any issues with it.
Oh, that's alright. Assassin Loop has purchased one. I have 5 controllers when I designed one, and a design one comes on the 16th. Yeah,
nice.
That's cool. I think I've got that. I think she means she's getting one.
Right.
Believe so. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. But like I said, Design Labs, like I said, it's just a matter of picking colors of buttons and color schemes and stuff. There's really no, scribblies on them or anything like that. Nothing that's going to violate copyright or trademark.
You're making people really dig deep into their trying to hear you, Paul. You are.
Look, then I'm going to go away because I'm not going to deal with this tonight. So.
I'll turn you up, Paul. It's all right. There you go. I've turned you up.
Nothing has changed. I don't know why all of a sudden it does it.
There you go, Paul. I've turned you up in StreamYard. If everyone can tell,
that's much better. That's much better.
StreamYard. StreamYard's got a feature where they can turn you up. There you go. And Indie Gamer has got a Gears of War 4 controller. Nice.
Right,
yes,
but those are made with licensing through Microsoft and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's also limited volume productions. They're not making more than like 30,000, or you're not changing out. That's one set line.
Right.
Yeah.
So Design Labs done. Next topic, Stubbs.
Yes, I am. My phone's just messed up, so I'm just trying to get to it. So game rant. It's Google Chrome. I had it all working. It all went wrong, as always. So, Guardians of the Galaxy. I know not everyone's probably a big fan of this game, but I think it looks good. But it's not the game I'm talking about. It's a feature I'd like to see in most games for content creators and anyone who wants to stream on Twitch or anything, anywhere. Guardians of the Galaxy will be included in a streaming mode to avoid DMCA claims. So I think that's a good idea. That is. I'd like to see that on every game, really.
Forza Horizon 4 has it as well.
Yeah, a lot of games have it now. The problem I have with things like Guardians of the Galaxy having something like that is the music is so much a part of the experience.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it will be, yeah. Because it's like the music's like the soundtrack's part of films. You can't just say, oh, I'll bang some different music on. It's a great idea for streamers because the way the DMCA is now, it's really bad on YouTube, and there's not really what you can do about it. It's that aggressive. Every website is now accountable to them. There's nothing you can do.
Mm-hmm.
The only way you can do is make a streamer mode, and then that's going to be completely different music, isn't it? From what you're actually, what's actually meant to be in the game. It's like saying Gears of War, you can play it, but no, all the music and all the soundtrack's going to change. It is.
Well, it
sounds good. But yeah.
What they do in Forza Horizon 4, there's one channel that you can play as normal, and it's fine. So as long as you've got that channel on, you are good to go. So the music doesn't change, which is the Hospital Records radio. and I'm very happy with that.
Oh yes, they're very good. They're a very good record label. Hospital Records are.
Yeah. So, basically, it's Muzak. It's Muzak. Yeah.
Oh no, it's a drum and bass label. They're a UK drum and bass label. It's not royalty free music. It's just a deal they've got with them, and it's obviously a deal that never runs out. Yeah. But yeah, a UK drum and bass label now, which Animated Evil loves the drum and bass. He does.
Absolutely.
He does.
And to have and when I put streamer mode on, it said to me, "You can play Hospital Records Radio on your stream." I was like, "That will do. That's the only one I play anyway."
But yeah, it's a good short-term solution. But like Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, all the streaming platforms really need to get together with the record label companies and figure it out, because it's just ridiculous that it's like, oops, I forgot to turn it off once and there goes another strike.
Yeah,
it's true. It's complicated. YouTube is, when it comes to these things, it's if you're a YouTuber of a certain amount, 9 times out of 10, if they click counter fair use, they just release the claim. But obviously, if you're a small guy, the problem is countering. How it works is if you keep trying to counter claims and you're not of a substantial size and you haven't got a case, counter claiming can actually get you banned off YouTube. It can. If you lose 3 cases, it can get you. It goes against you. It's that side. YouTube's great, but that side of YouTube's quite messy. It is.
Yeah, because it's easier for them to not do anything.
It's not really them. It's the music industry that's pulling this.
Yeah, it is. It's not. YouTube doesn't want to do it. But the problem was with YouTube. Now, this is where a lot of it comes down to. It's everyone blames the music industry. It's not actually. I looked into it. It's not actually the music industry's fault. YouTube were underpaying record companies for years. They should have been paying them a lot more money, and they chose not to, and they ignored them. So the music industry went with the full force of the law, and now they've messed it up for everybody. Because
now, why would YouTube need to pay them? YouTube doesn't control what we stream.
Yeah, but it's a lot of
that's not how the DMCA works. Theoretically, if we're not making money off the streams, they shouldn't be dealing with us at all, because that whole thing is about making money off of using the music that they provide. If you're not monetized, they shouldn't give a shit. Okay, that's the way the law is written. That's the way the law is written. Yeah,
but all they think about is that's my content. Why the hell's that nobody using it? You know what I mean? They don't. They've got too powerful. You see.
What I'm saying is that, and realistically, if anybody would put their foot down, it doesn't really matter. I'm not monetized. I should be able to play any damn thing I want, because I'm not charging people to listen to that music.
Exactly. You are right. You are. It's
that's where the fair use clause comes, isn't it? Because you're not getting paid. No one's getting paid.
No. See, it's different. Like if you're a ninja or somebody who gets paid to stream. Yeah, then you have an issue because he's making money. I'm not making money, so they're not losing money. You know?
Well, if anything, sometimes it's a bit weird, because it's like certain Nintendo, certain companies, when you talk about their videos or make videos on them, I don't understand why they do stuff. Because at the end of the day, if you're a video games channel, whether it's a podcast or you make videos on certain games, you're end of the day, even if you are making money or you're not making money, you're still promoting that game. But that's not the way they see it. It's not, sadly. It's
for some developers, yeah. Luckily, there's some like Bungie doesn't care if you stream Destiny. They say all the time.
Really? Oh, that's good.
Oh yeah, all their music is fine to be played on stream.
But isn't that their music that they use? It's not a third party or anything. It's just Bungie just use in-house.
It's not like music you'd hear on the radio. That's their orchestra music that they would make.
Yeah, the way you get flagged is the companies all use something much like that the automated system that Apple uses to identify music. It hears 10 seconds of music and it says, "Oh, that's one of ours," and that's how it gets flagged. They don't have people manually going through your streams and checking.
Oh yeah. Well, a lot of that stuff is done automatically. That's part of the issue.
You get a lot of companies, especially in the DC Marvel area. I've spoken to certain people, they're quite big YouTubers though, and you have got companies also going around looking for clips and also making false claims against people trying to get money for content they don't even own. Yeah. And just trying it on, and they just counter them and it gets released. But you get a lot of fakers. There's a lot of companies set up to try and get money out of people on YouTube, and they target the little YouTubers as well. But it's like you'd think that all first party studios would own their music, wouldn't you? Like Gears of War, for instance. I used to do Let's Plays on Twitch and then put them on YouTube. I didn't realise that Gears of War don't own all, Microsoft don't own all the music. Mm-hmm. I got a strike off the author of one of the songs. I don't think it was a strike. It was something.
Just a claim. I've gotten the same thing on
copyright claim.
Streaming Halo.
Do you know what I did? I just deleted the videos and it went away. Mm-hmm. But you would think that they would own the music, but obviously they don't. I was a bit surprised.
343 has the same issue with Halo. They don't own all their music.
It's like old TV shows that use music in their soundtracks. They don't own the rights to that music. That's why some of those shows are not available in their original form, because they no longer have the right to use that music. It wasn't in perpetuity of the existence of that footage. It was only for when it aired. That's why when you go back and you watch old episodes of WKRP, that's not the original music you're hearing. That's stuff that they added later because they couldn't afford the licensing.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
Do you not think it's possible for I don't know how, I don't know the music industry, but when these people put their songs into games, is there no way that developers can make a contract saying, look, this is while it's used in this game, it's possible to be streamed and things? Is there no clause that they could sort of circumvent? I mean, it'll cost them. But
that would have to be an unlimited license forever. That would have to be. And I think they might want too much money. I fully agree that would actually be, say, if it's streamed on this game and only this game, they shouldn't be hit. I agree with you. Mm-hmm. But I don't think that's how they make contracts. I think they make it like, say, Forza for 5 years.
Surely. But surely they've paid for that music to be in that game. So if it's that game that's being played, whether it's on the TV on a single player or in front of 5 million people, it's already been paid for by the developer to that.
It has.
What? It beggars belief sometimes, because they've already been paid for releasing that song in that instance. It's the same instance just been repeated.
It is.
It's like if you have a CD, you don't buy the CD every time. You don't pay for a CD track every time you play it, or a digital stream. You don't pay for that every time you listen to it.
No, but radio stations do. Radio stations.
I was about to say that. Yeah, on radio stations, every time it's played, it has to be paid for in royalties.
Is that the loophole because it's played to the public?
Yeah, because they play it to make money. That's what I was talking about. Most small streamers really shouldn't be affected by this the way we are. But it's basically YouTube and Twitch have thrown a wide loop because it's easier than trying to figure out who they really should be dealing with and who they shouldn't.
Yeah, and they're assuming that either you are or are going to in the future make money off of it.
That's the thing. That's why the hit people ain't monetized, because in future you could. So meaning that video that no one will probably ever watch, even if you hit big time, potentially that video can make a few pennies, and they're worried they won't get them few pennies. And I think that's why they hit them. Even people ain't even monetized. I think it's for future. Yeah, that's the only conclusion I can come to. Welcome 108 Dragons TV. Thanks for stopping in, and welcome Dragon Wolf. Cheers for stopping in. But yeah, it's. I think that's the main reason. It's in case you're monetized in the future. But you are right. It should be if a certain game, like you say, animated has say Forza 4, that should be a license to say, as long as this guy only plays or girl plays this game, there should be no issues. But obviously, that's not how the world works. Obviously,
obviously the loophole is the broadcasting license, isn't it? Because it's the same license for radio, like you said, because they're broadcasting to potentially millions and millions. That's why each song is paid probably 3 pence per play, or whatever they think. It's probably just the same loophole.
What they do a lot of the time is, if it's like Looper said, it's money grabbing. A lot of the time, what they do is they don't actually. It's called claiming your video. So you sometimes, if you're I've seen it before on a non-monetized channel. They just if you accept it, you can get adverts on there. Just stick an advert on your video. You do, even if you're not monetized, and they get all the money. But I think it's more so if you become some hit in the future or you make money, that they can get money off you. I think that's what it is. But Nintendo are notorious for this. They are. I don't understand it, because any kind of way you're promoting them, aren't you? End of the day, but it's one of them things. Has the chat got any questions about anything else they want to talk about? Because I've got one, but I don't know if you lot all want to hear about E3. Because it's been on the past 45,000 podcasts for about the last few weeks. I don't really think you want to talk about E3, do you? I think most people might be fed up with it. So have you got any gaming related questions in the chat? Anyone? Because I don't really think people want to hear about E3. I know Paul's fed up hearing about E3.
Yeah, I'm all E3'd out right now.
So if anyone has any gaming related questions, I've run out quickly tonight. I have.
That doesn't matter.
Yeah. Acclaim is usually indie gamer. Yeah, acclaim usually just means the ad revenue goes to the copyright owner. Yeah, it does.
Yeah, well, sometimes that is frustrating, though, that we can't turn the ads off on our videos, that they'll play anyways.
Yeah, if you are monetized, though, it's like people. There is podcasters out there that say, "Oh, I've got nothing to do adverts," and it's true and not true. I asked Dealer Gaming once about that, and he said in a podcast, after you air, YouTube puts so many in, but the content creator can add as many adverts in as they want to add in. So if you're getting them every 4 minutes or so, that's not YouTube doing that.
That's a quick way to have me turn it off, though. But then I'm getting hit every 3 minutes or so. I don't do it. I'm like, nope.
I have seen that before, and I was like, "What the that's a surefire way to get people to not watch your podcast." It is.
Yeah, because I've just seen it in places where they say, "Well, we could put ads in your videos even if you try to shut them off." So it's like, why?
I know some
just
people
so they can just so YouTube can still. If it's popular, they can still generate cash, and it doesn't even go to you.
Well, there was an update to YouTube recently. I got an email basically saying everyone got an email. Basically, if you're not monetized, if they feel like putting adverts on all your videos or a video you've done, they can. That's what it says.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, and it's
they can. I don't think they're gonna put adverts on everyone's video. I think it's more people that ain't monetized. Their videos got quite a bit of traction, like a 1,000, or it's gone viral. I think that's more along the lines of what they were thinking, not just whacking adverts on everyone's videos, which is what people were saying.
Well, that's what it sounds like.
I know it does sound that way, but you never know. You have to wait. Normally, it's like the death of YouTube's been coming for ages, but it ain't here yet. You hear about all these new things YouTube's going to do people, like the whole big thing with kids and all this and that, and it weren't that much of a big deal. It wasn't to us in the UK anyway. It wasn't that much of a big deal. The whole you must click, your kid content's not made for children, stuff like that. It wasn't that much of a big deal to do. But yes, any more questions, people?
Yeah, Masuko had one.
Oh, did I miss it? Sorry.
We talked about the Xbox and Steam summer demos. Did we try anything?
I tried Sable. I didn't get that far in it. I didn't, but I did like it because then I found out it was in Game Pass, so I really wanted to wait until it comes to Game Pass because it really does look a really nice game. That does a very beautiful game that is, and a very nice soundtrack and trailer. So I just left it, and I thought I'll play that one when it comes out. Have you played any of the demos from the demos?
Yeah, I tried out a handful of them. The best one I tried out in indie gamer like this is Gear Shifters. It's a rogue style game where you control a car that you're running through traffic, shooting up other cars, and you get to the end and you have this big boss, the saw blades trying to cut you in half that you got to take down. As you upgrade your car, you get better guns, better armor, better tires, and then visual customizations you can put on the car.
What was that called? That sounds good.
Gear Shifters.
Okay. I'll make a note of that. Might try that.
Mm-hmm.
Any others? You said you played a handful.
Another one is duck flighting. It's like a modern version of Duck Hunt.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's funny. They like the first gun you start out with is just like a 6-shooter, and then you get so many points in a round, and then you can get a I'm not sure what you call it, and pretty much a skeet shoot shotgun where you just have 2 slugs in it. And they also give you a single action 30-round AK-47, which what's interesting about the game is you have to fire all the bullets to count it as a fail. And they give you 10 ducks to shoot. So by the time you're firing 30 rounds out of an AK-47, if you miss the duck 30 times, then that's on you.
Yeah, that's some bad aim. If after that, yes.
Another one was interesting was Captain Bones. That's a crafting survival game, and I was only playing each demo for about 15 minutes. Other than Gear Shifters, I played that for about an hour because I lost track of time. But yeah, Captain Bones is a crafting survival game where you play as a pirate that you get marooned on an island, and you've got to, craft stuff to survive on the island. I think eventually you get to where you have your own ship and you start having ship battles. So that was kind of interesting. What else did I play? Off the top of my head, I can't remember what else there was. But yeah, there's a lot of different games that are fun to try out. Let's See, I'm not sure what to think of it, but yeah, Alchemist Adventure, you pretty much have like, it looks like a isometric camera. You have different spell abilities, and you can mix and match different elements that you throw out at the enemies. And the demo is very short there. It's only about 5-10 minutes, because they just pretty much run you through the tutorial, and then that's the end of the demo. So I wouldn't know what the full game would look like.
Paul, did you play any of these demos that are available?
I did, but I couldn't tell you which one.
Nothing that stood out, no?
No, not really.
No, I've unfortunately I haven't. I've been a little busy in single player mode this last week, trying to polish off some single player games. Because if E3 showed me anything, is that I have to get rid of some of the backlog before new stuff starts coming out. I've got so many games to play, not enough time, so I'm in the middle of 3 or 4 big games that I want to get finished. I eventually finished Gears 5, which was...
Congratulations.
Eventually. I've not done Hivebusters yet.
Well, you still completed the base campaign.
Well, we did it on co-op, so it's taken a while to get the other 2 guys. It takes us a few tries to get together sometimes, because we all, we've all got busy working lives and families and things, and it's a case of who's available tonight. Well, I am. Well, I'm not. So it's been a long time coming to finish that. So now, and shout out to Dragon Wolf and the Likely Lad on YouTube in the chat. They did that with me, and now we're going to try and run through every Halo in co-op as well before Infinite comes out.
Yeah, I've still got to finish up Halo 4 with the guys from Next Level Gaming. Yeah. That's been quite a few months since we played half of that.
I need to run through all the Halos as well. I do.
Haven't you only just finished the first one? I think.
Yes, and then I didn't go back to the I started the second one, then didn't go back to it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm like.
Yeah. I'm also 65 hours in Yakuza 0 as well. So that's another huge game to play. And because I saw some really nice fantasy stuff at E3, I'm also playing Skyrim again as well, so yeah.
Nice. So Pyro said, don't give context, but did you pick JD or Dell?
I did pick one of them. And the other 2 were shocked at my pick. And I thought, well, surely I've got to pick this person.
Well, I felt bad after making my choice. I felt bad.
Yeah, the other 2 were shocked at who I picked. What'd you pick that person for? I was like, well, because of this. But it was bad when I picked.
I'll just say I didn't want Marcus to have any problems.
Well, I went the other route.
Agreed.
Yeah, I went the other route.
We needed to keep the old guy on side, right? Yeah. So again, I've not played any of these demos. I didn't even realize they were available. I don't know how I missed them, but yeah, for me it's been all single player all week.
Well, did you actually sign up for E3? Because they sent out an email that after E3 closed that all the demos would be available for a while longer.
Emails. If something, it's difficult to see anything that drops into my email box, Paul. I get hundreds a day that I'd like to ignore, and unfortunately, that might have been one of them.
Yeah, that's why I set up a secondary email just for video game stuff.
Yep, same.
Yeah, I have 2 that I've got one for one thing, one for another. They both come onto my mobile, and it's like, well, if you show all inboxes, I can't keep up with that. I tend to ignore them as well on purpose, just because I get hundreds and hundreds at work a day. So when I get home, I kind of switch off. An email, don't care. It's just because I get berated with them constantly for 10, 11 hours a day when I'm at work. I tend to just forget they exist when I'm at home.
Fair enough. Any more questions from the chat?
Yeah, my old email says it's up to 34,000 unread. So yeah.
34,000. Wow. I keep on.
I get a lot of junk mail in that old one. That's like
Seriously,
I said. That's why I created one just for games.
That's crazy. Really crazy.
Yeah, I know what you mean with Suku. When they drop the demos into the Xbox store on the Series X and S, obviously it probably looks the same on the Xbox One as well. There wasn't actually a demo E3 section. They were just dropped into the demo section rather than having a highlighted section where they're all highlighted for everyone to see when you go in the store, which you'd have thought would have made more sense. But you won't get no more E3 talk from me, Indy.
You can if you want, Stubbs. If you've got any more to talk about E3, you can. I mean, I did E3 week. I did 4 shows in 6 days, I think, something like that. So I'm all talked out. But we can go there if you want. Indy wants to know what we think.
Looking forward to Hades finally coming to console.
You see, that's one of them that it's not a game I would normally play. But because a few friends I've spoken to, and a few friends I've seen play on YouTube, I thought that's one I could get into. It's the year of me trying new shit. I think this year, rather than the staple. No, it's not for me. So Hades, I will give it a go.
Yeah, well, a lot of games in there. I mean, just try them out for 15 minutes. You're not losing much. Them being on Game Pass, so.
Oh, agreed.
That's
the other
what
one.
Game Pass is for me. I mean,
Absolutely.
I'll definitely try Hades out. I will. It does look good. And after watching Indie's streams on Hades, I want to try it out. Got nothing to lose. It's in Game Pass.
I think I saw. Who did I see playing it? Flamish was playing that when it was out, and I'm sure I saw Goat Force Gaming play it as well, and it really did look good. Shout out to Goat Force and Flamish for making me think that is something I want to. I do. I thought E3 this year it's so varied these days. The whole sort of what you can see and things like that. I mean. There was up points and down points on E3. I think the downside was obviously with it being all digital. I found it in one way better than the previous year when there wasn't one, because it was the year previous. Sorry, I can't get my words out. It was all stretched out, wasn't it? Over this week, and it was all stretched out. Having it all together with a timetable made it easier to know what I wanted to watch and when. But with each developer or show or whatever having their own show, I found it difficult to follow because I could never find the correct video I wanted. Every time I searched something, IGN come up. I don't want to watch IGN. Why
is Xbox not putting out it all on their own channel?
And they did.
Xbox did put it out.
Xbox did.
They actually had it on 5 different channels.
Nintendo did. Devolver did. But there was a few of them where I think I want to watch this, but I had to watch other shows to be able to see them, because at the time they were on, I just couldn't find them within the mass of other people doing the shows. That was the only letdown, really.
E3
the problem is when
E3 had their own channel as well.
The problem is when you typed it in, it was buried in all the content creators co-streaming. It's buried. It was,
especially if you follow so many, like I follow quite a lot.
Oh yeah, I had like at least 5 to 7 streams notifications pop off every time another one go out.
Yeah,
because there was loads of shows, but if E3 was really on and really in person, there wouldn't have been a quarter of the shows, because most publishers and developers usually buy space on Xbox stage or Nintendo stage. A lot of them go on the bigger stages rather than host their own little shows, which I think when it physically returns, you won't see as many shows, because they'll just jump on Xbox's show or Nintendo's show or the PC game show or whatever. You won't get a lot of these littler ones having them.
Mm-hmm.
You won't, because and I do think that E3 misses. This is my personal opinion. I do think people won't agree with me, but I do think that E3 misses PlayStation. I really do, because the only big one there was Xbox. Big one, I mean. I do think they miss them, but sadly they're not coming back. Hopefully they come back, because it's a game show for all companies. Hopefully one day they do.
Well, I think they refuse to pay the money, and they don't need it. They're big enough not to need it.
Well, but that's not, to me, that's not the point. Sony likes to have.
I agree.
Sony likes to have their own little echo chamber, and by having their own show, they only get the people who really want to see their stuff to watch their stuff and tell them how great they're doing. They go on E3 and they're going to get critics going, "Oh, that was crap," and they don't like to hear, "Oh, that was crap," at all.
That's why all their content was on Jeff Keighley's show, where his lips are pressed firmly against their ass.
I got a different. I think if Xbox would have went out live on YouTube, there would have been just as good without E3. But that's my opinion. But if E3 was to come back physically, I think they need to be there. But based off this year, I don't think there needs to be any attachment at all. I think I believe they get the same traction as what they would have had normally.
But it's not just okay. To me, it's not just about them. The idea is to bring all of them into one space or one, and so having Xbox there actually helps the smaller developers, because it gets more eyes in the area, even in online. And I do not like that everybody should just do their own show crap, because you're gonna get limited eyes. You're gonna get an echo chamber of only the fanboys telling you how awesome it is instead of being critical. And
but it did feel like they had all their own shows, because it was all live on YouTube on their own channels. It literally felt like that.
But okay, you just said that, and I just corrected you.
Yeah.
If you were actually part of E3 like I was, there was an E3 YouTube channel that showed the whole thing from start to finish. Just because they allowed all these other channels to do their shit, that doesn't mean they didn't have a central gathering point. They did. Yeah. And Xbox had, throughout the show, Xbox had like 5 channels going. They had it in Spanish. They had all kinds of,
Yeah, I think that's why it probably popped up 4 times from Xbox for me, because when they did the Around the World launch, like showcase of the Series X, I think I subscribed to like 4 of them, so that I wouldn't miss each one, because it was cool to watch from other countries, like how they were celebrating it.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I found Xbox is easy enough, because obviously, subscribe to Xbox themselves.
Mm-hmm.
It was just the smaller ones that I wouldn't mind started checking out that I couldn't find under the chaff. The bigger ones, nice and easy. Devolver found that. Xbox found that. Nintendo didn't watch, unfortunately. Capcom didn't watch that. The bigger ones, I could find easily, because they had their own thing.
But if you do a search on YouTube for E3, they had their own channels too. Yeah, just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, Capcom's you can sum up into Resident Evil 8 is getting DLC at the end.
That bad. So, a question then for Back from Dead, because I've not spoken to you since E3, so we'll go into it, shall we? Why not? Was there any surprise? Was there any takeaway surprises from that for you, over any of it that you thought, oh wow, this is my thing, this is my jam? Is there any that you could allude to? that stuck out in your memory as such?
I mean, I'll go right back to Hades because I kept debating whether to buy that on PC. I'm like, I'm not much of a PC guy, but I really want to try it out. And then I saw it's coming to console. It's like, yes, I waited long enough, and it's coming to Game Pass, so I don't have to worry about paying for it. There's like even small games like what's that called? Slime Ranchers 2. If you played the first one in Game Pass, and they even gave it away free on Gold at one point, it's just a fun little adventure game where you collect these slimes, and if you combine certain ones together in these habitats that you have to make, the certain ones have to be either dark or in a cave where you have to use specialized walls that block out sunlight for certain ones that can only be out at night. And then you sell, like you breed them enough that you have somebody you can sell so you can get money to make more equipment. And it's kind of like a stock exchange as far as like which one is for the highest price. So yeah, Slime Rancher 2, that'll be interesting to try when that comes to Game Pass. But yeah, like Sea of Thieves that they announced there, that's already in Game Pass now. That's been pretty fun. Let's see what else was there.
Yeah, I'm with Lupa. It's all about party animals. Party animals look like.
See,
that one just looks hilarious, and it's not like it's my kind of game or it's something like that. That's just one of those that's like, that's going to be hilarious to play with friends and just smack your friend off of a platform.
Yeah, so I was going to bring that up as well because Party Animals looks just absolutely fantastic. I watched E3 in a party chat with some friends, and we mentioned as soon as it come up, this would be hilarious in community game night. But I did want to bring this up to Mr. Stubbs because a couple of weeks before E3, we had a bit of a discussion about where's all the kids' games for Xbox. Don't you think that they should start bringing kiddies' games? Do you not think there's something there for children that you saw?
Yes.
So did that please you a little bit?
Yeah, that Animals game. That's definitely a kids' game. Is that exclusive to the Xbox, or is that just showing off? Is it multi-platform?
It's on Game Pass, so whether it's timed exclusive or exclusive, I can't remember. I know it is coming out on Game Pass, so it'll be.
But yeah, it does look fun. I'll see if I get my kids to play it. They probably
will. Back from the Dead so eloquently put. Slime Rancher. I mean, did you had the kids on Slime Rancher? I tried my kids on it. They loved it. Got bored because it wasn't Roblox or Fortnite, but still.
Don't even know what that is. Slime Rancher.
Yeah,
it's a fun game. It's a fun game.
Kind of crafting survival adventure game.
I'll try, but it's hard. A lot of playing. Son likes playing Roblox. It's annoying.
Yeah, Slime Rancher is one of those games where you can sink a lot of time into it just because of the way it's designed. So
yeah.
Another game that looked really cool was Redfall.
Yeah, that's the one that got my attention right at the end there. Well, that in the fridge. That in the fridge right at the end.
I just hope it's not too expensive.
I think it will be. I just think it will be. I
hope not. It's probably going to be at least like $200 to $300. Yeah.
I want one for my office. I want one on my office desk at work. just I want it sat there at work and go in and go, there we go. Even if I just put milk in it, it'll just look cool.
Oh yeah, and as long as it gives you like the startup chime when you open the door.
That would be good. That would be the startup chime. Yeah, when you open up your fridge for your drink, that would be good.
Yeah, because they've done that for I think that was Black Ops 3 that had the fridge. for Call of Duty.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
the zombie mode
nuke,
fridge.
the nuke thing. Yeah, I'm trying to think what it's called now. There's a certain. There's a certain drink.
Yeah,
isn't
it was the upgrade drinks you buy. It looked like that vending machine.
It's. I forgot what it was. It come with a collector's edition, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a couple of friends bought that.
Yeah, and a lot of people stuck those on eBay right after they got the game out.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Really good.
Mm-hmm.
So standout surprises for me. This was my question, so I better allude to it. I was very shocked at Plague's Tale 2.
I forgot about that one. Yeah,
was not expecting that. I've not finished the first one. Like it, love it. I think it's a brilliant game. What I've played of it, but it just looked absolutely fantastic. I mean, it got us all in the party really excited about it, thinking, "What's this? What's this?" And then we just, wow, this is really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you are right. That was a surprise. I didn't see that coming either. I didn't, because obviously I've not completed that one yet either. Another surprise.
Yeah, I've actually finished that game. You expect the first half of the game, and then it gets really weird closer to the ending.
Okay, no spoilers.
Yeah,
halfway through. I'm not even sure if I'm halfway through. I might even be a bit less than that. I think it's one of those games I started and I thought, I'm going to come back to this because this is going to take a lot of time, and I'm in the middle of this game, so I don't want to stop that game because I'm playing this game. I'm sure it was one of those situations.
Very funny, likely lad. Stubbs should be good at it because I'm a rat catcher. Very funny.
The other one that I'm intrigued by, I mean, we saw nothing. It was just still images moved into a video. But the Avalanche IP called Contraband, that I'm intrigued by. Just because when you think of what it is, when you look at the press releases, it's a co-op heist game, maybe, where you're stealing things and smuggling things, and it's being made by the developers of Mad Max, Just Cause 4. So I think it could be absolutely batshit mental, and there was a few clues in there, in the video, of what the game could possibly be about. But I'm digging a little bit deeper before I cast my aspersions. But I think that's probably my jam. That just dicking about with a mate trying to plan a robbery. I think that's definitely my thing. So, Paul,
what?
Any for you? Little surprise moments that you looking forward to? Doesn't have to be from Xbox, but can be from.
Not that we haven't already mentioned. No, I'm not. It's not you. I've got something going on here that's driving me crazy.
Okay, dude.
But then, what else was there that? I'm looking forward to Back 4 Blood. I think I've already got a crew to play that with, at least hopefully. That 15 minutes one or whatever it is, that single room mystery.
12 minutes.
12 minutes, yeah. That's the one I'm kind of really looking forward to because that's my kind of thing. Yeah. I love the idea of going through it over and over until you solve the problem, and it all takes place in one room. Yeah, Halo multiplayer, blah, 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 whatever.
Yeah, I was trying to pick different games other than Halo and Forza. We already know that's coming.
Because they're the expected things, and we knew they were coming anyway. I was just sort of thinking about Stubbs. Any different ones for you that you thought this would be cool? Again, doesn't have to be. Microsoft can be across the full conference. Anything you want?
Obviously mentioned it last week. I haven't got any different ones, but I like the look of Marvel Guardians of the Galaxy, even though everyone keeps saying it looked like PS3 graphics, but I don't think they did on my TV. I looked at the trailer after.
It depends how early it is and how long it's out. You don't know how old that build is. We can't judge.
It's out this year. This game is.
It might be, but we don't know how old that build was. That might be 6 months old for all we know. It might have been.
Yeah,
true. That's true.
You just don't know, do you?
12 minutes. Somerville as well. I like that. I'm not going to say Halo. Halo looks good, but what else? I haven't watched it. Oh, my memory. But a lot of the games you mentioned.
Yeah, Stalker 2
I
looks
can't
good.
think. Forza Horizon 5, obviously. That looks nice. I might actually play it more this time. I haven't played a lot of Forza. I'm only level 22. And you're probably level 150 or something. Animated. Something like that, probably.
168, I think.
Yeah, exactly. I knew that.
Although a friend of mine who I play on Xbox with lost his everything on Forza Horizon 4 the other day. There was an update that he was doing something, it cancelled. Although you're advised not to press cancel, he pressed it. He lost pretty much everything. You're talking, I don't know, 500 million, hundreds and hundreds of cars.
What? If he reinstalls it, it should pick it all up off the cloud.
He's tried it. The cloud save's been deleted.
Really?
Yeah.
Good. That's not good.
No. So,
yeah, you would hope they would have a backup.
Yeah, so he's even tried. He even tried starting it from another Xbox. I told him to just message Playground, but whether he's done that or not, I don't know. Because surely there's a backup in the way somewhere. But yeah, he's pretty much had to start. He pretty much started again last weekend.
Yeah, if your game is actively updating, pushing cancel is not a good idea.
No. Yeah, he pressed cancel. So he'll advise people, don't press cancel when something's saying it's syncing to cloud. Don't press cancel. Yeah, so I do think it's come from playing on multiple Xboxes all the time, kind of thing.
Yeah, but if it's in the cloud, and personally, it shouldn't have deleted it from the cloud. That's what.
No.
But that's where he is, and I told him to sort of message Playground, see what they can do, whether he has or not. That's all him. All I can do is advise. But it just means now, because his cars aren't that good, I can beat him sometimes. Because he was like the Prestige 2 or whatever, which is like level 400, and it was stupid. All his cars were X's, and yeah, he spends a lot of time in it.
I'd consider I'd be like, fuck this till fucking hell, Forza Horizon 5. But I'll leave that. But he must love it if he carries on playing it. But that's got to be terrible, losing all that progress.
Yeah. I mean, obviously he's played it since launch day as well. That's a long time to be playing, isn't it?
It is. Pyro's saying the same happened to me.
Yeah.
With Forza Horizon 4, dropped the controller when it was syncing cloud, and when I grabbed it, hit the button, and it overwrote the cloud save.
Yep. So did you have to start again, Pyro? Did you get a resolution? Can I tell my friend something? Give us an answer in chat, dude. Because I don't want to see him lose all that stuff. Because obviously you'd have to do all the DLC again and all that, and it's just not right.
No, that's not right. Hopefully you can get it sorted. And Pyro.
Hopefully. So, was anybody impressed with the Worms announcement today?
What, you got worms?
Mm-hmm.
What? I don't know.
I have no idea what you're on about.
Has my doctor not rang you all? No, the new Worms was released today on Xbox and all the platforms, I believe, and it's gone straight into Game Pass.
Really? Did not know that.
I haven't seen anything.
So the new Team 17, the Worms, I forget the title. Yeah, so it's come straight into Game Pass day one, which is really cool. That'd be another one for community game night, I think.
I'll have to have a look at that.
Nobody knew. It just come in and it was announced. Maybe 6 or 7 hours ago, I think. So yeah,
that's good.
There you go.
Yeah, that is.
I saw the multiplayer Aliens game that I just now saw a trailer for that's coming out next month in August.
Oh, the Rainbow Six one.
No, the elite squad for aliens, for actually fighting the xenomorphs from the movies.
Oh.
But it's multiplayer squad based, and I'm also looking forward to the Rainbow Six thing, because the Rainbow Six thing is like I keep saying, is based on an event they did a couple years ago, and the event was very popular in the game. It was player versus environment. It wasn't PvP. You squatted up and you went up against these aliens, mutants, whatever you want to call them. But it was cool. And it seems like they built an entire game around it, so it's really cool. I'm all for that.
I'm still confused by that, though, because, how much realism they try to put into Rainbow Six. It's and then you shove aliens into it. I mean, I get Call of Duty does the same thing with zombies, but I don't know.
Well, no, this was because this was an event that was very popular. People wanted this, so here it is.
Oh, okay. So that's by popular demand they made that.
Right.
Okay.
And what's funny about this is the same people are complaining that it's PvE only. I'm like, oh, come on. If you played the event 2 years ago, you know what this was.
Rainbow Six thing that's kind of like copying Gears of War. Do you mean that? Oh.
It's not. They're not copying Gears of War.
It's Rainbow Six Extraction.
That was the comment I've seen in a lot of streams.
Well, then they're idiots, okay? I'm just telling you. You need to stop watching those streams. Yeah. It's amazing how many people stream and they have no idea what the hell they're talking about.
I don't like Rainbow Six anyway, so it makes no difference.
No, I didn't like the look of the new Rainbow Six. I miss Rainbow Six Vegas. That to me was just superb. The new one's alright with friends, but Rainbow Six to me, even back on the PC days, I like the story elements of it rather than just straight multiplayer. But that's just me.
Well, no, I was only a Siege player because a friend of mine got me into it. Otherwise, I would have never played it. I prefer the single player games like that.
Pure Flack Monkey in the chat said, "Is it not Rainbow Six Gears Edition?"
But no, it's been a good show tonight. It has. Anyway, I have to round it up. We will. Thanks for coming on Back from the Dead. You tell people where they can find you if you want to give them your socials and all your details.
Yeah, you can find me at Back from the Dead 1 on Twitch and Twitter. And then there's a pinned tweet on my Twitter profile. You can find my YouTube link that I stream a variety of different games. And then if you want to find me on Xbox or PSN, it's Back from Dead 1.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. It's been a good one, it has. It's been a good one.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Yeah, no, it's been good. It has. I know it's been a while in the making.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. On my day off from my job rotates, so I have to plan pretty far in advance.
Yep. Look, you reminded me though. I wrote it in the calendar then on my phone because I thought I did have it in there. You were like, "You got me booked in, ain't you, for the 23rd?" I was like, "No, but I have now." I don't really book that many guests in advance. I don't. It's only since animated, not animated. Done it again. Removable Sanity's been off for a bit because he's with new baby, and he can't come on. I'm getting a few guests on now. I am as well. I am. But yeah, it's been good. Thanks for coming on. And Cerebral Paul, thanks for coming on as always.
Yep.
And it's nice you came for the whole show, not just the end bit. Last week.
I managed to stay awake this time. What more do you want?
That's fair enough.
Let's see. You can find me on Twitter, Cerebral Paul 1, Twitch at Cerebral Paul, YouTube Cerebral Paul, Xbox Cerebral Paul 921. You can find me here every Wednesdays, and then you can find me on Sundays on the. I get a twofer on Sundays. Early in the morning, we get Good Morning Xbox with Noof Nukem, and then later that day we get the Flemish Experience whenever he decides to start the show.
Oh, okay. Is it like that? Is it? Okay.
It has been lately.
Okay.
Yeah, you should have heard Lemon ripping in him the other night on Retro Renegades.
Yeah, that's the other place I drop in. Yeah, I'm like guess who's coming to dinner type of guy on Retro Renegades. I just kind of pop in.
It's a great show. I wish I could stay up later. I'd come on because it's a really, really good show, that is. But I need to sleep, obviously, and that starts at 1. Is it 1 UK time or is it 2? I can't remember. But now I'm back at work. I can't really go on very often. But that's a good show, that is. But yeah, thanks, Paul. And Animated Evil, thanks for coming on. As always.
Oh, it's been an absolute pleasure, as always. First and foremost, like I always do, I'd like to thank the most important people here, that is the chat. You guys rock. Also, Back from the Dead, thank you for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure having you on the show. Cerebral Paul, hats off to you. Same as you, Stubbs. You can find me, the best place to find me is on Twitter. It's animated_evil. And you'll see all the things I'm up to. You'll find my YouTube channel. You'll find my gamer tag for community game nights. Definitely do that because I'm not sure what we're playing this week. GTA Friday, I believe.
I was gonna say, I thought you posted something yesterday for what?
Mr. Tushy posted either today or yesterday.
GTA Friday and Rainbow Six and Wreckfest Saturday.
Say Back from the Dead has got my back. Thank you, sir. It's been a long day. So check me out on Twitter. The Indie Gamer has posted all our Twitter links in the chat if anyone wants to join us. I will hear every Wednesday. I'm also on 4GQTV. Please check that channel out, and hopefully I can get my timing correct. I can get back on the Flemish Experience on very soon. I know it's been very difficult lately, Mr. Paul, because of the time it's on. It's been a little bit tricky with my personal life.
Well, it's not just that. He keeps bouncing it around or saying he's not going to do it, then he does it. It's like, dude, you got to give us more than an hour heads up and then expect it to show up. You know,
I have a young family. I've got to sort of, I do all this from my living room, so I've got to kick my family out. Basically, I'm assuming that's a little bit what Back from the Dead does.
Yeah, same here. My wife's got all 3 of her kids in their room right now.
Yeah, it's very difficult at times. I've got a young family, and luckily for this and the others, they're in bed. Flemish, it's like I need a little more time.
Yeah, that's why I usually stream late at night. Same reason. Yeah. But
yeah, guys, check me out where I said. Links are in the chat.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. The links are in the chat.
Where can we find you, Mr. Stubbs?
Thanks. And I will correct the description. I've just been informed that I've messed up the description. And Animated's Twitter takes you to VJ's Twitter. I will fix that after the show. Sorry about that.
That's all right.
I'll fix it anyway.
Nice. That's cool.
It'll be corrected. It won't take long. You can find me on Stubbs Gaming on Twitter, and also the Stubbscast returns this Friday. I'm interviewing Chris Gannell. I am ex-Sony game designer on Stubbscast, 5 PM EST, 10 PM UK time, and 2 PM PST. So you can check that out if you can. If you can't, don't worry. You can catch it on demand or on download. Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, etc. But anyway, thanks for coming on, everyone. And thanks to the chat, Indie Gamer, Pixel Slapper, Pure Flat Monkey. Who else we got? There's been loads of people. It's Timmy's been on. Well, Assassin Looper, Masuku, Animated Evil. See, if you write in the chat, you get mentioned again.
Pong Soul was in for a bit.
Yeah, he was. Pong Soul was in. I'm not going to try and go up my chat anymore because my computer's just. And the Lighty Lad as well. And thanks to anyone that stopped in. And Matt Barnes, Dragon Wolf. But yeah, thanks everyone for stopping in, and I will see you all soon. Thanks everyone.
Peace out, gamers.
Have a great day, everyone.
Cheers. Bye.